question is, give us a brief on Reset Tech and how are you blending science-based backed knowledge of AI to build a lifestyle which enhances the platform?
So I'll give you a background of Reset Tech, to start off with where the seed was sown. Back in about 2017, we started Reset. Reset is our wellness center in Bandra. The idea of setting up Reset was I personally had some minor health problems in between 2015 2016, and also got a little scary because I had vitiligo, which can like completely decolor yourself, so it's an autoimmune disorder. So I took some meds for that and landed up in the hospital. I was in the hospital at a very young age for about over a week, 10 days with the gut issue. So then started doing stuff holistically, and found out that we as humans do a lot of damage to ourselves by the way we work, the way we think and everything. So that has to be reversed. So managed to do it myself. So thought of starting something on a physical platform where people can actually reverse it without, without getting scared by the entire medical system, which tells you have to be on a pill for life. Otherwise, things are going to be very bad and stuff. So with that setup, Reset in 2017, it was a holistic wellness center which has healthcare and fitness put together. And under one roof, you have everything from workouts, yoga, doctors, nutritionists, spa, like a therapy, physiotherapy, all of it in one place, which can help you heal holistically. None of it is based on modern medicine, but traditional forms of working, and also a lot on the mind. So if you heal the mind, you can heal anything, any problem that you have. We set that up. That was doing very, very well. In a very short span, we had a great response. We had all of Bollywood celebrities, industrialists, politicians, name it, everybody had become a member in the first 1 year itself. That was doing very well. We decided to expand that and take it across the country in a physical format. Then we have centers across the country. We had already signed up one property in Bangalore, which we opened up in the middle of the pandemic. The property was signed before the pandemic happened. And then COVID came. So we figured that, we'd somewhere, whatever the intention was, had hit a break point where we cannot cater to people because it was just not possible. So in that time, we thought of how and what do we do to kind of reach out to the world and replicate what we are doing in the physical format. So that's when Reset Tech got formed. We realized that the next opportunity or the next way of reaching out to people is through digital, and that opens up the entire world to us. What in physical centers we can do to probably 1,000 people, 15 people in a year, we can kind of hit the globe directly. That's when we thought of Reset Tech. At that point of time, none of us, neither me or my co-founder, had any kind of knowledge on technology. We decided to find out, 3 to 4 months, we were like headhunting, getting the right people. Then we got the right team. The CTO who joined us has been in technology for 20 years, Vamsi. He was the CTO of Nazara. So we found the right person, and he's a co-founder in the company too now. So he's driving the technology part, enabling whatever we have to reach out to the world. We also were thinking about how do we, because as a center, it's very easy. People come to you, they benefit, they go. But if you're going out to the world, you need a lot of credibility. Why will the world believe what you're saying is right or wrong? And especially if you're looking at holistic healing, if you go by yoga and everything else, there are thousands of people who are teaching it. Anybody who's done a 100-hour program to somebody who's done a PhD is teaching the same thing. So why would people believe you? So we were looking out for the right kind of a person or right kind of institution which has this kind of knowledge. We chanced upon SVyasa, and when we went into their space, we found out that they have a research laboratory which has been doing research for over 20 plus years. About 700 plus research papers in alternative healing have been published by them. It is close to 15% of the world research in holistic healing. So Harvard, Stanford, Anderson, name it, the best of the institutes in healing in India, AIMS, they all take research. They fund projects to SVyasa to do research. So we thought it was a very good thing because they have not just a program for you, but they have a scientific research done for maybe 1 year to 5 years on that disease and how it can be healed by the services that have been offered. For diabetes, they did a survey where they tracked 2.5 lakh people for the entire year. Based on that, research was published. So all this learning that they are doing, we have made a lot of content out of that. And the technology would help people get kind of not the blood test, but a lot of the diagnosis can be done, like facial expressions, understanding how stressed somebody is. We are working on posture also, because in yoga, very important, if you can see a video but you will not be able to follow the posture. So if your posture is incorrect, you could end up harming yourself, which is what people don't know. In yoga, you can also do a lot of harm to yourself. So the posture correction would look into the right posture of the people, and we are working on a few more things which are not yet completed. But yeah, completely offering a solution online where you can have any health problem and you can heal on that is what the this thing is. Plus, we've also included a lot of meditation, breathing. If you go to other apps today, some of the top names have are purely focusing on meditation and breath work, and are doing very, very well. So that is one of our free offerings, because we believe that that is something which everybody needs, irrespective of if they have a problem or not have a problem. So that is something we have sourced some of the best content from across the world and putting that out to people. And we have created a lot of content around disease. So every disease, we will be having content which will take you for a program for 6 months. Not there's a unique content every day which will be released to you, and you have to follow that program depending on how much time of the day you have, 30 minutes or 60 minutes. And with that program, you can reverse your problem, be it diabetes or be it cholesterol, name it, whatever problem you have. We're creating programs based for that.
Mental health, like physical health, affects all our lives, and it has been, during the pandemic, we saw more people experiencing challenges with their mental health. However, we may talk or think about it differently. Can you share what mental health means to you and how this platform will help them?
See, mental health, I feel, is the largest problem. While we see people having health issues, the root cause of all the diseases or all the lifestyle problems that people are facing is mental health, or it is a stress that people take. It is very, very clear that that is what causes the problem. It shows up in the body in different forms. It could show up as thyroid to somebody. It could show up as an autoimmune disorder. To somebody, it could show up as a heart problem to somebody else. But it is all starts with the mind. In fact, I was attending 5 days. I was in the Himalayas. I just got back last night. There was a rishi I was understanding, and very, very simple thing. He said that there is only one difference between chitta and chinta. Chitta, like the fire which burns you, and chinta. One fire burns you after you're dead, whereas chinta, which is stress, burns you all through your life. And if you want to live a happy and a disease-free life, you have to avoid stress under any circumstances. So you have to be, having a level head, not be attached, and all of those kind of conversations. So mental health, I think, is something which I would say is affecting, I would say today, more than 70-80% of the people. It's only that people are busy, they're diverted. What happened with the pandemic is people got free, the diversions, the distractions all disappeared, and the problem showed up. Stress, loneliness, whatever it is, has created a lot of issues in people, and that's the reason why we are focusing a lot on that. Our main focus, besides our healthcare program, which is reversing problems, is to have the best of breath work, the best of meditations, the best of affirmations on a platform. And we have worked very hard to get similar content from across the world.
Okay, there have been many literature and many people who have been saying there is a link between the mental health and yoga can benefit. By doing yoga, you can be benefited. So, could you describe what are the benefits that are health benefits that can be a result of yoga?
See, the very first thing that happens through yoga is you learn how to focus and balance. That is very, very important. And with breath work, so just breath work, that is pranayam, is the beginning of meditation, because you start focusing on your breath itself. And also in yoga, there is something like nadi shuddhi and all, which balances your entire chakras and everything. So that is something which is very, very important in terms of calming your mind down. After about, I would say, even 15 to 20 minutes of a pranayam, you feel very, very, very calm. So yoga has a huge, huge impact on, how people think, because yoga is not just a fitness or a practice of asanas. It is a lifestyle. The thing is that people feel yoga is more about the activity, physical activity, do asanas, all of that, but that is not what it is. It is much more deeper than that, and it's a lifestyle which balances you and calms you down completely, because a, your energy is channelized in the right way. B, when you're doing your pranayams, it is completely calming your senses down, and your thought process also slowly and steadily changes. It's a gradual process. It won't happen over one class. It will take at least 6 months to to kind of change your thought process. But yes, it has a major impact on the mind.
During the pandemic, what during the work from home situation, many we saw that the working hours were long and the physical activities got very less. So how can we encourage people to be more physically active and focus on their health?
So, first of all, I think even a 45-minute to 1 hour of physical activity in a day is very good to start off with. But like you said, people are sitting at home, they're sitting on their chairs and working all throughout the day. So, very important is that between your work, take a short break of 5-10 minutes, take a walk, stand up, move around, let the blood flow. Not just be static for 6 to 8 hours in front of a computer. And in the morning, especially morning time, maybe a 10-15 minute of breath work morning, evening will also make a lot of change. And so through the platform, in a way, we are going to be like a fitness or a wellness companion for people too. So we will remind people of what, like simple small things that they need to do throughout the day to keep themselves fit. So we can track if somebody's static for a very long time, send a nudge that, hi, you need to move a little bit. A 5-minute walk, I would say, every hour in the middle is very good. And also not just stare at a screen, just go out and look in the open. Be constantly staring at a screen. Our eyes were never designed to be looking at objects so close to us. They were, if you see, maybe 100 years back, there were no screens. Today, everybody has an eye problem. If you see, from the age of 10 or 12, people are having eye problems.
Yeah.
So the eyes were never designed to look into a screen, into a phone, and stare into it so much. So take breaks, go out, walk a little bit, look in the open, do your exercise properly, eat more mindfully.
Okay. There are a lot of health related apps now, and the government has also come out with a national digital health mission. So, how do you plan to collaborate with this kind of a mission?
So first and foremost, if you see S. Vyasa, who's a knowledge partner, is very, very closely associated with the Ayush Ministry. Nagendra Guruji, who's the chancellor of the university, is also the teacher for the Prime Minister of India, for Ratan Tata, for Sim Premji. In fact, even today, most of these people have an SVASA teacher in their premises who's teaching them on health. So there is a strong connection that they themselves has as knowledge partners. We are also looking at connecting with the Ayush Ministry. We've already spoken. There are some talks that have happened. Somewhere around the third week of this month, I'll be meeting the Ayush Minister to kind of promote, because if you see, the vision of India is the Yoga Day was initiated in India, and we want to take yoga to the world. That is the dream. Now, it has not been done by any institution in a very scientific and structured manner. What we are doing is we are doing that. We are putting it in a scientific, in a structured manner to the world. So we are expecting a lot of support from both the Ayush Ministry. Also, there is in India, there is a cultural, there is it is called the Indian Center of Cultural something, ICCR or something, where they promote the Indian culture across the world. And yoga is the biggest form of Indian culture. Now, anywhere, any country in the world that you go, you will find a yoga institute. You will find a yoga class, you will find a yoga teacher. We cannot say about anything else that comes from India, like Bharatnatyam, name it a dance format or anything else, right? You will not find that anywhere else. But yoga, anywhere, you name one country in the world and tell me there is no yoga teacher or no yoga institute here, I will not believe. So yoga has been reached, has already penetrated across the globe. But the authenticity coming from India, it has changed so many hands and ways. People have started doing all weird beer yoga, puppy yoga, pizza yoga, name it, and they're like, messed it up completely. But what the world needs is the authentic format, how it is done, how it benefits, the science behind that. Because today, the new world is a very thinking world. It's not just Yerseki, or some teacher tells you, this is what you must do. You have questions. Why must I do this? Today, the young generation is not just happy, being told what to do. They need to know why, which has not been told. So, with all the knowledge, this is what we are putting across. And I feel that we will get a strong support from the Ayush Ministry, as well as the the ministry which supports the Indian culture across. They organize a lot of events about yoga and Indian classical dances across the world. They do this, so we can actually be their partner who provides the best people to promote yoga across the world, because we have teachers like this who anyways go and teach across the world. They go to
Yes.
the yoga festivals in Bali, in Manchester, Liverpool. There are festivals that happen across, just like there's a which is a Sunburn festival for music. There are
Hmm.
yoga fests that happen across the world where there are some good teachers from everywhere coming in. So we want to be a catalyst in getting yoga in these festivals, which is authentic teachers, and this really changes everything. Like, the Sanskrit, the way people speak, the authenticity of yoga comes out there. There's somebody who's just like a like a white guy who's done yoga for 200 hours somewhere and is talking. The festivals have these kind of teachers, but the authenticity of what is to be offered will be supported by both the ICCR as well as the Ayush Ministry is what we're looking at. And that is something we already started conversations with. And hopefully before we launch, that should be closed.
Great, great talking to you, Karan, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.